and it actually, I guess, makes me uncomfortable to go into, oh, well, I'm actually on a path of Kundalini towards enlightenment, and I understand that you simply want to, you know, like, feel good right now. But this is what's going on with me. Yeah, I don't know. It starts creating a lot of, and I'm just being totally honest here. And it's a lot of. I don't know if it's that I just don't feel like having that conversation with some of my clients and petrifying them, or if there's also the idea that
the only one that can answer that is you. So
right.
Sit with those emotions and see what comes up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sit with it until you find out what's lower. So this is a good time for you to do the practice of it. Okay? Yes.
Well, I was just going to say I would it'll come back. Hold on a minute.
Sure.
I wouldn't worry about the Kundalini being activated. You know, is it going to light them on fire? That kind of thing. Guru knows what she's doing with the Balanced Living group. And the energy will be balanced appropriately. Right? And for those that come in with an awakened Kundalini, or just on the verge of it, the starting practices will roll with it. But really, these are basic, general practices that a lot of people, they're doing much more severe and intense, you know, the breathing and stuff out there. And it's not activating their Kundalini, okay?
Yeah.
And they're getting nowhere. They're just going in circles, right? But this is something that's soft, and it really can benefit everybody. And it doesn't mean it's going to activate your Kundalini. Most of the people that are in the group, you guys, you came in with open Kundalinis. Remember that.
And with the groups too, meditation groups, you know, bringing that up. Part of it, I think, is risking being transparent.
Yes, that's what I
And
was.
right there, Guruji's saying, sit with this. It brings up a lot of fear for people. You know, well, what can I do? Or what if they ask me questions? And that's really needs to be sat with, because this group is about honesty, transparency, and integrity. And whatever they think, they think. You know, it's about putting it out there because of what the blessing that has come in your life and sharing that. Not, that's being unselfish. That's, you know, what Seva is. And, you know, people are going to have all kinds of judgments. But it's still, you know, going out there and doing what's needed. I mean, if some of them get confused and they, you know, you can always direct them back to the path. You're not sitting there being the one that needs to deal with all of it. You know?
And then another thing is, again, we come back to the emotions. This bringing up a lot of emotions that perhaps you don't want to encounter. And it's time to encounter them fully.
It's that risk-taking. I mean, because that's the thing. Sitting behind a computer screen is different than being active out there in life. How easy that is to just, you know, put out that question, wait for the response, go on with your life. But this is about actually, you know, actively participating in the community, which the whole, that benefits you. You know, that's the thing. I mean, people think that, you know, I'm just going to take care of my little progress here. But, you know, when we help the whole, I mean, it benefits your own progress. And it's a step towards that transparency and going deeper. You know, people are getting scared about this. That's a lot of reasons why they don't take steps.
Yeah, and maybe you are going to get scared about it. But again, this is, again, facing those underlying fears that are driving you. It keeps coming back to that. You have to be willing to face your demons. You have to be willing to sit with it. You have to be willing to feel it fully and see what's under that. It's easy to run away when you're behind a screen. Easy to hide out. Not so easy to hide out when you got it point blank. You know? Just like these people in YouTube. It's easy when they're behind a made-up name and they're not even willing to put their face on their, you know, on the identity. And they get very, very nasty. Why? Because it's incognito, because they don't have to actually see you in person. Okay? But it's much harder when you have to look at somebody in the face and you have to actually step out of your comfort zone. Okay? And that's part of the path too. Stepping out of your comfort zone and seeing what arises and sitting with it as it comes up. And what are these fears? And what's underneath this fear? One emotion goes to another emotion, goes to another emotion deeper. Okay? So again, it can only benefit your practice. It can only benefit you. Oh. Yes, Dean.
Question, I'm not sure if I remember. The practice, I'm comfortable explaining to people the balanced breath and Om that I am. I'm not so comfortable explaining I am that I am. And I would like to hear that explained, how to explain that to someone. I understand the purpose of it, but I can't explain more than what the purpose is.
Yeah. If you have trouble with that, all you have to do is put on the video as well. That's why there are videos of my explaining all of it.
Yeah,
And I'll do another video that Dharma was just asking me when I went and led everybody into meditation this time. I'll do another one that just leads them into meditation. But basically, the I am that I am is done out loud, you know, in a very relaxed voice, primarily so you can feel where it starts to resonate. And where it begins to resonate in the body, basically around the center of the chest, a little to the right side, that's where the spiritual heart is, and that's where you know to keep your focus.
Okay, I know all of that, and
Yes.
I can tell them all of that.
Okay.
But why does this particular mantra do that?
Okay, you don't need to worry about the mantras. The Om that I am, that one does, it's called the dissolving divisions, and so what it does is pulls one more into oneness.
Okay, I know all of that.
Okay.
If somebody wants to know why, I mean, I can explain what it's going to do.
Nobody knows the mechanics of why.
Okay, so I can just say I don't
That's
know.
yeah. There is no, you know, why do the leaves turn green on the trees? I mean, you know, just simply they do. It's not always needed to know the mechanics of how something happens. Just simply it does. Like people, how does the transmission take place? Well, I don't know. It's the great mystery. You know, simply it does. You know, there's a transmission and it happens, and the mechanics of it, I don't know. I'm not a mechanical engineer. I'm not a, you know, I don't know.
I think there's something, if I'm understanding what she's saying correctly, I don't think it's ever been addressed in the YouTube videos, but I remember one time a while ago somebody asking, you answered in a post, and I thought, oh, okay, that makes sense now. And it's more an intellectual understanding of what the words I am that I am mean. What in the hell does this mean, I am that I am? It just sounds like gibberish. And I think I recall you saying that it's I am that I am.
Right,
So it's more
right.
specifically.
It's like, you know, yeah, the meaning of the I am that I am, what is the meaning of I am that I am? It's like when Moses went up to the burning bush and who sent me, who is there? I am that I am. So one is addressing that which is within, I am that I am, that primal is.
Is that what you were referring to, Belina?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, so that's what it is. It's addressing that unknown. Who should I say sent me? I am that I am. okay? One is addressing that. The same as namaste. Namaste means, you know, this God center within recognizes that God center. I mean,